I've been investing $10 daily into VTI and it just hit an all-time high. VTI is a foundational investment in my portfolio. It is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, exchange traded funds. I've been at this for over 145 weeks now, and I'm ready to come to you with another update. But before we get into it, I'm going to go over some reasons that the indices and stock market is thriving right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So, what's been going on? First up, the one big beautiful bill just passed the Senate. It gives businesses tax cuts so they spend less to the government and keep more of their money. It also funds infrastructure like roads and bridges. These changes could lead to companies being more profitable and lowering their costs. Some are already worried it'll cost the government too much, which will affect spending in other areas, but only time will tell. Some other areas that this bill is going to affect that you've probably been seeing headlines about are no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, bigger child tax credit, as well as a lower tax rate for families earning between $30,000 and $80,000 a year. We just had a strong jobs report with unemployment falling to 4.1%, according to the reports, which was a beat to expectation and could be a reason that investors are feeling positive about economic growth. In addition, those tech stocks are still thriving. Meta grabbed headlines announcing a $14.3 billion investment into Scale AI, and other huge companies like Nvidia and Microsoft on track to strong growth over the next few years. Okay, now back to VTI. So I started investing back in September of 2022 as a part of a challenge over in Keenan Grace's Discord. It was my first time doing a daily challenge like this, and I've never stopped. My investing journey started with just contributing to my 401k and focusing on retirement. But over the years, it has evolved into me creating additional portfolios for early retirement, whatever I may need in order to give my daughter a head start in the future. Being consistent, even with small amounts like this, is one of the ways that I am achieving this. So, VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, at the time of this recording is currently 308.03, but I'm filming this over the holiday weekend. It hit a high of about 308.46 as we ended the trading day early on Thursday. This is big news and great to see for our portfolios, not just with this investment, but with the stock market as a whole after the huge pullback that we had back in April. VTI is up 13.20%, which is slightly higher than the S&P 500. Looking at VOO, it's up 12.82%. And here's a look at VTI over the past week as it climbed to that all-time high. So when you invest into VTI, it gives you a piece of over 3,500 stocks. You'll be owning a piece of the US market by investing into this one ETF. It hitting all-time highs shows us that the market is strong. The US economy is strong. This fund gives you your two large, mid, and small cap stocks from tech giants like Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, Google, and Tesla, to small companies that we've probably never heard of. It is a tech heavy fund, but it does give you diversification across other sectors, including financials, healthcare, industrial, discretionary. So I invest $10 daily, Monday through Friday. I make up for holidays, but keep my investments to $50 weekly. I added this investment to my portfolio because I felt that I was too heavily weighted into those individual stocks. I've never automated this particular investment. I just do it every day. It's just a part of my daily routine, and I'm glad that I've stuck with it. Get started with whatever amount you have. You don't have to stress about timing the market when you are a long-term investor. Just focus on building up your portfolios when it comes to a quality investment. This portfolio has been in place now for 1,025 days. My average cost is $238.49. And as we took a look at earlier, VTI is about 308. I've been going strong with this investment since that first day when it was $206.35. When it comes to VTI, it has a low expense ratio of 0.03%. That would come to $3 for every 10,000 that you have invested on an annual basis. That expense ratio is the fee that we are charged for management fees and other administrative costs. I'm always mindful to evaluate those expense ratios in comparison to the performance of the fund to make sure that that fee is worth it. When it comes to all of my investments, whether it's a target date fund, ETF, or mutual fund, I strive to make sure that there is not an alternative that has a lower fee. Those high expense ratios over a 0.5% up to 1% can cost you thousands over time, especially as your portfolio grows. And another reason that it is one of my favorite investments, which I've already started to touch on, is that diversification. Lower risk because it's not just one stock, it's a basket of stocks and various sectors that will help smooth out things when those market dips occur. So, in addition to that steady growth, it also pays a small dividend of a little over 1%, with a current payout of about 91 cents. And since starting this challenge, I've been reinvesting those dividends. I have that drip turned on, the dividend reinvestment plan. My last dividend received was $27.88. Year to date, I've received $55.44. So just a little something extra that will help the compounding effect that is taking place as my portfolio grows. Now let's take a look at my portfolio balance as of July 3rd, 2025. I have 30.75 shares. I'm up 29.06%, $2,131.41. So I've invested $7,333 and my current portfolio value is $9,465. Next up, let's take a look at where VTI is headed, those price targets. When it comes to the 12-month time frame, analysts are giving it an average price target of $331.68 and a high of $397.67. And taking a look at the long-term price forecast when it comes to VTI, it's expected to be at about $650 by the end of 2035. So, as I've said, VTI gives you that broad exposure. It's a bet on the entire US economy, not just one stock. So, it is definitely a beginner-friendly investment, perfect for patient investors that are willing to hold long term and let an investment like this just steadily build and grow. So, being consistent with those $10 daily investments has me on track, getting closer and closer towards a $10,000 portfolio. If you're just getting started with investing, I hope that this shows you that even small amounts, being consistent is what matters. Your contributions, the growth of the investment, those dividends reinvested will have you on track to build wealth. Now, when it comes to VTI, I have it in another portfolio also, and I embrace those dips. I've been sticking to my $10 daily investment in the portfolio that I just shared with you. But when we were going through all of that turmoil back in early April with Trump's tariffs and Liberation Day, I added 3 shares at $248. So when it comes to investments like this, I don't worry about those short-term dips. I see it as a chance to pick up more. But my budget does not always allow for me to pick up full shares, but I'm always able to fit in my $10 daily investment, and so I'm going to be sticking with it. Let's take a look at a recent poll question that I put on my community wall. When the market pulls back, what's your next move? I buy the dip, 55%. I consistently DCA, 22%. A mix of both, 18%. As you can see, that's where I fall in. And still figuring it out, 5%. Do what's right for you. Stick with your investing, even during a pullback. Just put the work in ahead of time, knowing that you are adding quality investments that will recover in time, have a proven track record that you can reflect back on. So that's it for today. Another update on daily investing into VTI. I do have a playlist that you can check out and see how this portfolio has been growing. The good and the bad, the ups and downs of the stock market is something that we have to be ready for. And I'm glad to have a portion of my portfolio in a sleep well at night investment like this that's up 29%. Make sure to leave me some comments. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out my referral links. Will be in the description and pinned in the comments. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.